As Toyota and Lexus production improves, the sales numbers seems to be less important to most of you. But it's still good to see if Lexus continues to sell more vehicles, and if you're still waiting for your new vehicle, you would still get a sense of the wait times by looking at how many are being delivered. In this video, I will be going over the US and Canada sales for November 2023. Hey, it's LSFT here today, and today we're here to look at the sales numbers for Lexus, and it's exciting times. As we look at Lexus, they're going to be breaking some sales records that we've never seen before. But in total sales, I think they're still a little bit short from the record sales, but they're getting closer. The Toyota Canada will actually report Toyota and Lexus vehicles, and we'll have a look at here. So they're saying that the best November on record, 36.2% year over year increase, and also record electrified sales, 42.9% overall, and record sales for the best passenger car in Canada, the RAV4. All right, so that's Toyota number. So electrified vehicles for Lexus is 58%. So 58% of cars sold in Canada are electrified, meaning they're a BEV or they're a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid. So when you look at it, it says the UX hybrid is up 58.2%. The NX 450h Plus is up 6.9%. So folks who are waiting for their plug-in hybrid, the 450h Plus, I think a few more got delivered this month. The RX hybrid up 416.9%. The number looks big, but keep in mind, last year they sold a lot less RXs, and because they were retooling. Another thing was the part shortages. And then when you look at it, they said Toyota and Lexus together sold 1,620 zero-emission vehicles, which is EVs, plug-in hybrids, and fuel cell EVs. All right. So let's continue to go down and see what else they say here. They're saying that Toyota Motor Canada Incorporated, they sold 20,711 vehicles in November, and that's up 36.2%. And Toyota division sold 18,273. The Lexus division sold 2,438, and that's up 15.5% compared to 2022. And that includes record sales of the fully electric RZ, of course, because it's the first year, the UX hybrid, the NX plug-in hybrid, and the RX hybrid. Unfortunately, Lexus Canada does not release model by model, and I'm not able to get the breakdown that soon. But then when you look at it overall, it seems to be doing quite well in Canada. I think in my previous videos, Canada has already been breaking records month over month. So now let's move to the spreadsheet and see what does that all mean. I will not go over model by model because I'm not able to get the information yet. But I think the most important numbers we're seeing here is the total sales. So you can see from January all the way to August, it was record breaking every month. September, they fell short. October, they fell short. November, they've actually broke the record for at least for the past 5 years. But then according to the press release, it's the best November ever. So 2,438 is the best ever. And December, if you look at the past 5 years, they've never gone over 2,000. Let's see if they're going to do that or not this year. But if you look at it, 29,119 seems to be the best year ever. And right now, based on the numbers that we're seeing here, it's projecting to get 31,766 vehicles. It could get to 32,000. So since we've been talking about total sales for Canada, and when you look at since 2012, 15,000 vehicles. And now you can see gradually every year it's doing better. 2020 pandemic year, it definitely dropped. But 2021, it recovered back to 2019 numbers. 2022, chip shortages still impact them a little bit, but not that far amount. But 2023, 29,119 to date. So we will see 30,000 vehicles in Canada. never seen before. So since 2012, they nearly doubled their sales in Canada. Congratulations, Lexus Canada. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT Videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450 Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can also reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, and share it with your friends. This definitely will help me with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, which is greatly appreciated. And now let's continue with the video. Here we do have the breakdown, so let's talk about every single model at this point. The UX, 738 in November. Again, it continues to drop. We're talking about 10,963 units right now, better than last year, but not from 2021. And the UX started in 2019, so you can see that it continued downtrend, but right now, based on projection, about almost 12,000. Still not that much more than last year, but definitely far from the record. So the UX, it's struggling. I think it's time for a redesign, but I don't know if they're going to invest money in redesign the whole platform or they're going to go a BEV with it. So when you look at the IS is a little bit interesting. November 1578 didn't break last year's 1645, but when you look at the total sales, 20,431, they're very close, very tight compared to 2021 and 2022. And when you look at the number that we're projecting, 22,288, they will beat the record for 2021 just by a shy of few hundred units. So this one is a very tight race at this point. Moving down to the ES. ES 2019, 51,000. We are so far from that. 35,000 right now, with 3,210 in November. It's just not doing well enough, but at least they're still selling a lot. So projecting at 38,448 units. So continue downward trend for the ES. All right, the LS. LS 2,059 year to date. With 159 November, continuously a low selling volume vehicle, projecting at 2,243. Continues downtrend similar to the ES. Sedans are really dropping, right? Let's go down to the LC. LC, again, 127, 2021, when there weren't any cars, seems like people wanted that LC. So 2,782 seems to be a very hard thing to beat. We're projecting 1,753, better than last year, and it seems to be the second place of the 5 years. So still not bad, but again, another low volume vehicle. The RC. Again, I continuously say that this badly needs a refresh, but I don't think they're going to refresh it anytime soon. 1,583 year to date, projecting at 1,700 range. 127 in November, not doing as well too. The RC, they're really just holding it and seeing what they can do with it when it's time to replace. The RZ, the BEV, the best month ever for the RZ. I believe they're doing some discounts on it, and maybe that's why we're seeing 1,107 vehicles. And when you look at it, 4,361 for the year. Well, if you look at it, it's better than the RC, the LC, LS. So it's a low volume, but it's getting there. Hopefully, they'll make changes on the range and the charging, and this will now be a better vehicle. So projecting 4,846. The NX, this one is exciting because if you look at it, 65,947 year to date, it broke the 5-year record already. And looking at January, February, June, September, October, November, they've been breaking those months as well. So, December, are they going to break that 8,256? I don't know. I haven't seen that number anywhere this year, nor last year. So 65,947, and we're projecting at 72,000 at this point. So I'm going to scroll down to the NX to see since 2015 when they launched, what are those numbers? So let's scroll down to the NX. So you can see here NX 2014, 2,972, the first year, just the first few months. And when you look at it, 65,000, they have already broken the 2018 number, and they're one more month in the way. So definitely, I think the NX is going to break the 70,000 number, because even if they don't meet the 8,000 number, they don't break the record for 2018, they will probably get at least 4,000, because look at it every month. Even if I had the lowest number, I think they're going to break the 70,000 mark, which is very good news for the second generation NX. So what do you think? Do you think it'll be 72,000, 73,000, 74,000? Because I'm projecting right now 72,000 roughly. It could actually go higher. We'll have to see what it is, but leave in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think it'll be 72, or are you going to think it'll be more than that, or it'll be less than that? But at this point, I think it's good news with 70,000 vehicles. So November, 9,703, didn't break any records, but they could chug out 14,000 vehicles. But I don't think they've done that this year yet. But if you look at it, at least they have sold over 100,000 mark, which always seems to be the trend, but last year they broke that trend. So based on this, we're projecting 111,000 vehicles. What do you think again? Do you think that's going to work? I think it will. It's close. The GX, so the new model shortly coming. And when you look at it, projecting at 30,000, sold 27,000 year to date. This month is one of the better months for the GX, 3,310. And December, we'll really have to look at it and see if we're going to be able to go through past that 30,000 record. But we haven't been able to pass the 2021 record with 32,000. So we'll have to see. I think they'll go over 30,000, but I don't think they're going to go past the 32,000. LX seems to be on a nice trend. You can see here every month this year, other than January, they've been doing record sales. December is going to be hard, 821 to break. And if you look at it, they've done 972 in March. Not saying they can't, but I think it's going to be slim. So projecting 6,953, looking at these numbers, they've fallen off the charts already. So if they can do more, based on my numbers here, I'm hoping that they can actually get 7,000, but I'm not too sure if that's going to work. Then the last piece, the TX, the brand new model. October, they sold 1,384. November, they sold double of that, so 3,083. So 4,467. That seems to be quite nice for a brand new model. So if you look at it, November 3083, similar to the GX, and much better than the RZ, RC, LC, LS, and very close to the ES. So there is potential with the TX. And with that in mind, now they have a new model. Definitely, they sold more cars in November. So looking at the numbers overall, 30,983.80. If you look at that number, they've never sold 30,000 this year. So they're getting there. But when you look at the total sales of the past 5 years, 33,179, but there's also 38,000. So even being able to check out 30,000 doesn't seem to be a surprise. So maybe December will be a month to be remembering. Are we going to get higher in the higher 38s? If that's the case, then this number will be way more than that. But when you look at it here, 282,000. And if we look at the projection, 308 beats the past 5 years here. So definitely a good number to be happy about. But when you look at since 2012, 2015, they sold 344,000 vehicles. We're still very, very far from there. But if you look at it since 2017, I think they're recovering. They're going to be getting numbers up at least up to 2017. Hard to beat 2015 and 2016 years at this point. Maybe next year with the TX being full blown in the whole year, the LX I think will sell probably similar numbers. The RX and the NX will probably be very similar numbers. We will have to see what else do they have in their buckets to hopefully be able to bring this number to a new milestone. So when you look at it, if they can do 3,000 a month, they'll have 30,000 more vehicles, which means the 308 can now be closer to the 344. So next year, 2024, we will have to see if Lexus can break that 2015 number. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.